1 in 400 trillion. Isn't that amazing?
I'm so lucky.
Yes. You're not fine. You're fantastic. You have life-changing ideas for a reason, and it's not to torture yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Doug. And you know, Christine was right when she said all of you could be on stage, because all of you, we're all in this category. 1 in 400 trillion. All day long, you have ideas that could change your life, that could change the world, that could change the way that you feel. And what do you do with them? Nothing. Oh, hopefully I won't moon you. You didn't pay for that. And I want you to just think for a minute, because we all have, I love to use the analogy, the inner snooze button. You have these amazing ideas that bubble up, right? You've been watching people all day, and I guarantee you, like, you know, ping pong balls, boom, 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 boom. You've got an idea, oh, I should do this, I should do that. And every time you have an idea, what do? Boop, hit the snooze. What's the first decision you made this morning? I bet it was to go back to bed. Yeah, the first decision today, I'm 1 in 400 trillion, I'm going to go back to sleep. And I get it. Your bed is comfortable. It's cozy. It's warm. If you're lucky, you've got, you know, like somebody that you love next to you. Or in my case, I've got my husband and my 2 kids and possibly the dog. And the reason why I'm bringing up this first decision that you made today and the inner snooze alarm is because in any area of your life that you want to change, there's one fact that you need to know. Just one. You're never going to feel like it.
Yeah, it's called How to Stop Screwing Yourself.
Ever. No one.
Let me pause it. Stabby said, why is Kevin playing this? Well, this is about people saying they're going to do stuff and then not doing it. And this woman is pretty good at, in my view, pointing out some of the shit that stands in the way of you saying you're going to do something, especially the big stuff that everybody's afraid to do. I'm going to run for office and whatever. And they don't do it. And that's the title of it, How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over. And basically what she's getting into here is self-discipline, yes, but also the fact that it's uncomfortable. And there's a way to break out of the comfort level to get to the next step if you want to do it. And then after this, we're going to talk a little bit about the psychology of self-motivation. And then there's one called It's Never Too Late to Chase Your Dreams. And then I've got some things I need to read. But that's the whole point of it. People saying they're going to do shit, especially big stuff, and then they don't do it. Because it's fear or inactivity or whatever, but something's got to give. We're
Motivation isn't happening. You're never going to feel like it. Scientists call it activation energy. That's what they call the force required to get you to change from what you're doing on autopilot to do something new. So try this test tomorrow. You think you're so fancy. I know you're attending TED. Try
Never going to feel like it, you know?
Tomorrow morning, set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier.
That's what I want y'all to do.
And then when it goes off, take those sheets, throw them
30
off,
minutes early,
and stand up and start your day. No snooze, no delay, no I'll just wait here for 5 seconds.
This is a physical representation of the discomfort of change.
Do it. And the reason why I want you to do it is because you will come face to face with the physical, and I mean physical, force that's required to change your behavior. Do you think that somebody who needs to lose weight ever feels like going on a diet? Of course not.
And I have to get in here because I got to interrupt these people when I believe they're leading you astray. This all, hey, you can do it, we're going to make it happen, yeah, it's going to be tough, but we can do it thing. I was reading some stuff earlier about depression. Depression can be genetic. That is a battle you will not win. You might hope to cope with it, but you're not going to win. Depression can be a chemical balance, which can actually have it can have a source in genetics, or it could just be something going on with your chemistry, all right, your hormones. It could be result of your diet or what you're doing in your life as far as exercise or whatever, these chemicals get out of whack, I don't give a fuck how many self-help books you read. You're still going to feel like you want to fucking die. So here's what I'm saying. When these people come out with these videos, even like she's doing now, saying, you can do it, forget all that stuff, you don't need to see a doctor, wrong. Chances are, if it's been bothering you for longer than a couple of months, and you've had a major depressive episode, you've ever thought about suicide, trust me and see a doctor. Pick one you trust. Hopefully it'll be covered on your fucking insurance. And trust me that they may be able to give you a medication which can truly just flip your life around, because you didn't know it was the chemicals causing it in the first place. What we don't want to do is medicate for complacency, which makes you think it's always fine. And like we talked about the other night, then you just get comfortable, because it was Nietzsche that said Christianity and alcohol are the two great narcotics, which they're not, right? But that's what he said. I mean, narcotics was kind of a flimsy word back then. But no, seriously, if you've been suicidal or you have major depression, you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to do anything to do with hygiene, you stop being interested in the things you were interested in before, you need to see a doctor, and see one that understands depression. Don't see one of these tough Japanese bastards that says, you were not in Okinawa, you do not know sadness. Oh, you got to see somebody that knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Do you think they ever feel like eating boiled chicken and peas instead of a croissant? I don't think so. The activation energy required to get your ass away from your computer and out your front door to go on the walk you said that you were going to go on is the exact same amount of force that it takes you to push yourself out of a warm bed and into a cold room. What's
Takes me a long time
about
too,
being
Savvy,
an
when it's
adult
time to get up. I hit the snooze like 6 times.
is that when you become 18,
but that can come down to
nobody
cortisol
tells you
levels in your blood as well.
that it's now going to be your job to parent yourself. And by parent yourself, I mean it's your job to make yourself do the crap you don't want to do so you can be everything that you're supposed to be. And you're so damn busy waiting to feel like it.
You have
And you're never
trouble
going to.
picking up books? You mean
My
like at the
son never
library?
feels like getting off his DS. That's my job. Get off the damn DS. Kendall, clean up the Barbies. If you're going to have a nude party in my bathroom, at least clean it up.
She said nude.
God, chew with your mouth closed. We're not in a barn, for crying out loud. All right, dinner's coming. Get out of the pantry.
Yeah, we get it. You're a mom.
As
on,
parents,
let's go,
and you
let's
were a
go.
kid, your parents make
Keep
you
it
do
moving.
the things you don't feel like doing. Because you won't. Ever.
It's true.
Not now,
You pretty
not
much
then,
won't.
Not ever.
You're not going to
And
write the
even when
book.
you
You're
get
not
good
going
at
to do the
something,
radio show.
you'll figure
You're not
out
going
something else you don't
skydive
wanna
until you
do.
fucking make yourself do it.
And then you'll plateau out and you'll get bored and you're like, I hate this job. It's boring. But will you look for a new one? No. You'll just bitch about that one. It's very, very simple to get what you want. But it's not easy.
RD, I don't know if you were in here in time. There might be a ghost in my studio.
You have to force yourself. And I mean force. And the reason why I use the word force...
Am I boring you, Andrew?
When Roz is up here and
You want me
talking
to
about
spice it up
the
now?
emotion tracking, and she had the picture of the two sides of the brain, I look at the brain the exact same way. Only I describe one side of your brain as autopilot.
That's a good idea.
And the
Get
other side is
audiobooks. I've got a
emergency brake.
huge audiobook series
That's
on
the only
Logic
two
I'm
speeds you
listening
get.
to right now.
Autopilot, emergency brake.
Oh, that's
And
cool,
guess which
Z. Man,
one
if you
your
can't
brain
hang,
likes
you can't
better?
hang.
Autopilot. You've had the experience where
The
you've
show's
driven
not
to
going to
work,
be that
right? You get
exciting,
there
bro,
like,
but
oh
we
my
will
God,
have
I
some
don't
fun
remember
later.
driving here. You weren't
Autopilot
drunk.
is another word for I ain't fucking trying.
That was your brain on autopilot. It was functioning just at this level. And the problem with your
Is this
mind
annoying, you
is that
guys, me
anytime
talking along
you
with
do
her?
anything that's different from your normal routine, guess what your brain does? Emergency brake. And it has that reaction for everything. Everything. You walk into the kitchen and you see everybody's left their breakfast dishes for you. And you think for the 100th time, I'm going to kill them. In fact, I'm going to leave them here and I'm going to make them do it. But that's not your normal routine, is it? So your mind goes,
Audiobooks are
"Emergency
especially
brake."
good if you play like video games.
And you go right into
Play them in the
autopilot. I'll
background.
just load it and be pissed. And then not have sex. That's what I'm going to do. So when I say force, anything that's a break from your routine is going to require force.
Yes,
And
it
if you
is.
think about your life, it's kind of funny because we, are kids and then we become adults and we spend so much time trying to push our life into some sort of stable routine, and then we grow bored of it. You wake up at, the same time every day, you have largely the same breakfast, you drive to work the same way, you show up at work, you look busy, you avoid making calls, you update Facebook, you attend a meeting and doodle the whole time, you go back and update Facebook, you make plans for the evening, you look busy some more, then you drive home the same way, eat largely the same dinner or, variety of it. You watch the same kind of media, and then you go to bed and do the same thing all over again. No wonder you're bored out of your mind.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's the routine that's
Seriously.
killing you. I have this theory about why people get stuck in life. So most of you have probably taken your basic Psych 101 class and you've bumped into Andrew Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
No. Pause
Well,
this shit right now.
Your body.
You will not bump into Andrew Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You may bump into Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Here's the thing, people. If you're doing a TED Talk, would you please, if you're going to cite a famous reference for psychology or anything else, try to get the fucking name right. You can't mess up the first and the last name and then expect me to think you know something about him.
Is
Come
cool
on now.
Because you have these basic needs. And your body is wired to send you signals. If you are hungry, if you need food, what do you feel? If you need water,
Why do you have problems with the book, RD? Is it just, I don't want to get into this because it's a commitment or what?
Thank you. I think when you feel stuck or dissatisfied in your life, it's a signal.
Sorry for the repetition.
And it's not a signal that your life is broken. It's a signal that one of your most basic needs are not being met. Your need for exploration. Everything about your life, about your body, grows. Your cells regenerate, your hair, your nails, everything grows for your entire life.
Even your vagina.
And your soul
the vagina goes
needs
clap, clap, clap.
exploration and growth. And the only way you'll get it is by forcing yourself to be uncomfortable. Forcing yourself.
Not necessarily true, but okay.
To get outside. Out of your head. Thank you. If you're in your head, you're behind enemy lines. That is not God talking. Okay? It's not. In fact, if I put a speaker on it and we broadcast what you say to yourself, we would institutionalize you. You would not hang out with people that talk to you the way you
Good
talk
point.
to yourself. So get out of your head. Your feelings are screwing you. I don't care how you feel. I care about what you want. And if you listen to how you feel when it comes to what you want, you will not get it. Because you will never feel like it. And you need to
Her
get
name
outside
is Mel
your comfort
Robbins.
zone.
2 B's.
It's
Stabby,
not
if you want
about
to look her
taking
up.
risks.
Mel
It's about
Robbins.
getting outside your comfort zone. Those first 3 seconds when you push yourself out of bed, they blow. But once you're up, it's great.
No,
Those
it's not.
first 3 seconds
No,
when
it's
you're
not.
sitting
Not
here
for
in
me.
a studio or a stadium like this and somebody says, get up and come dance, and you think, oh, I should do that. And then you're like, oh. That experience that you had where you had the impulse to do it, and then you didn't do the activation energy required to force yourself, your emergency brake got pulled. I'm sitting right here. I'm not going up with those crazy people. I don't like to dance. But what happened for me is I came up and I bumped into Rachel, and then we started talking, and next thing you know, she's tweeting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an interruption to make. Rachel is tweeting because Apocalypse is in the chat room.
And we're friends.
God damn
And
it.
boom, get outside. That's where the magic is. That's where the 1 and 400 trillion exists.
All right,
So
first of all,
everything I
gotta
do-
pause. It's not 400 trillion. It's actually 1 times 10 to the 2.8 millionth power. Okay? 400 trillion isn't even a fraction of that. The chances of you being the genetic totality that you are, the chances of you ever arriving exactly as you are today, were extremely low, almost zero. They're extremely close.